are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Salt Lake City Elks and the Columbus Explorers. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Ball red. Yellow, blue. Roster, 6.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. He has it complete to Christian Watson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Harrison will go in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 10. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little...
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Lance now on first down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Lance looks to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And it's caught. Touchdown. Christian Watson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Elks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
Well, you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fielded at the 33. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 36, Lance. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner. And he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Explorers are back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Ready up.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, blue. You don't blue. Hey.
Here's Lance to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Christian Watson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Elks go up by 2 touchdowns. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion to prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders, who knows what it could be. He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge game, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Ready.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Drop. 17. Lost it. 6. Slide through.
Now Lance. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And all the way in for the touchdown. Robert Tunyon. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Elks take a 3-touchdown lead.
I honestly don't even know why you pick a play. You just audible everything every time.
Steam going, and as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good.
You're just a fucking mutt player. That's all there is to it.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They'll throw now on the final play. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. Patterson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
First down and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Again, it's Jones, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready?
Now a play fake. Lance. Able to find Lazard. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
Set. Ready. Yellow. 1. Cut.
An inside give. And oh, he coughed it up. It's going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Looking to throw. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Back to throw here. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball.
And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And they'll run with Etienne. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Explorers get a bit closer. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Three quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Etienne looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Explorers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Lance. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now it's 2nd and 9. From midfield, here's Lance. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown. Christian Watson, 50 yards. And the Elks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to
and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, here's Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Badgley's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good. 4.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 26 yards. And the Explorers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the double. Ready?
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Let's go. Cut, cut.
And they take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up